Mainly, I would say this is not a feminist film, and I believe that I cannot make a feminist film at all, being a man. And I think when you say women freedom, it's not just for women; it's for everybody.
Right.
I'm very keen in that, and this is not a feminist film at all. Quintin Tarantino is an American. He's there, he's privileged, and that whatever things you got in life is different. You cannot compare with somebody from India, and you can just by working you learn something. That's not work. People who says that film school is not important. Of course, they might be very privileged to say that, and I don't think I'm not privileged for that. And only going for film school, I can learn what is how it is. And people think that the moment they say you're from film school, there's always some problem behind them that they're not accept. They're just scared of it. So I've never told, even my producer doesn't know this.
Hi. Welcome to the show, Joshua. So I just want to ask with a generic question, what is Gentlewoman about?
Just story of two women, actually.
Right.
From two different classes. So I just thought.
Okay. That's it. You don't want to reveal much or...
There's nothing too much to reveal. If I have to reveal, I have to tell the entire story of it. But the gist of the story is like, it's about two women and from different classes.
Right.
And the reason to name it as Gentlewoman is, gentle is not just for men, even for women.
Exactly. I wanted to ask the question about that. Like, we have ladies
and gentlemen.
Yeah, gentle.
Stereotype stereotype break ponna.
Okay. So you shot, I just saw the trailer. You shot the whole thing in a different ratio, 3:4.
It's 5:3. Only for theatrical. I mean, only for a trailer, not for the film.
Right. Only for the trailer.
Yeah,
It's not in the...
I want to do for an entire film, but then a lot of problem with the projections in Tamil Nadu. A lot of distributors got scared that having a black screen inside might create a different opinion.
Right.
So then I want to do just for a creative call, I want to do it for 5:3.
And what is this, the aspect ratio? There are like people who are like fond of aspect ratios. Yeah. They go about finding films and... Yeah. What is the fascination?
No, that's actually more like a creative call of a filmmaker. And definitely an aspect ratio gives a different viewing experience.
Right.
Especially with this 5:3, it gives you a different experience. I'm putting it as a box kind of a thing, and it brings the audience, the actors in center frame. You'll be able to watch the character more than the atmosphere.
Right.
Not putting too much of attention again the big background, whatever, in the BTS.
Right.
So I want people to watch the actors what they do.
Tell us about yourself. Like this is your first film, and your journey. Like, where did you start from, and how did you got in here?
I studied audio engineering. Basically, I'm a musician.
Okay.
I play keyboard and all. So at that point of it, sometime I thought I should get into films, and I firmly believe education is very important for in any department. And as for filmmaking is a craft thing, I thought I'll go film making in FTII Pune, and then I came back here. I worked in a couple of films, and I just directed my first film.
Right. And how hard was it to like pitch the story, especially to producers?
No, it was not hard at all, actually.
Right.
I just made a story and I approached with Lijo initially. And she agreed it. And since Lijo was known after JB, the trade has a special market for us.
Right.
So and I decided I'll make it this budget, and it was so I got a producer and I did it.
And why Gentlewoman especially?
After watching JB, I somehow felt that the character was very interesting to me, because apart from Surya or Raju Khanna, the singing was very interesting, fascinating to me. It's very, very emotionally drawn. Somebody who's very much affected, and the character Sogamana or zone. I felt that what if somebody gives a power or an ideology to the character, how it will behave. Mm-hmm. Because if you've seen JB, she'll be like completely feel that she's helpless. She needs a savior to help her. And I felt that how is that character going to be saving himself? So I just thought I'll pitch it to Lijo, and she was a completely different character, and she agreed to it. And then another character called Anna, it was played by Lastly, and it's very independent character, independent woman, working woman. I know Lastly for a very long time, and she's a very strong independent woman. And you know that like one from another state coming working in an IT sector, it's so difficult. And a woman from Sri Lanka coming and working in the film industry, it's really tough. And also handling this trauma from Big Boss now. And I thought that this metaphor will work a lot for the story. And I just bought into it.
Right. And tell us about what is the metaphor in the film. Like when I watched it, it feels like, when I watched the trailer, it feels like the husband is a stand-in for I don't know, patriarchy or the society, or
no, I think he is a character. Actually, he's a representation of a lot of the men in the society, and I'm not saying it's a patriarchy or something. And this film is not. Mainly, I would say this is not a feminist film, and I believe that I cannot make a feminist film at all, being a man. And I think when you say women freedom, it's not just for women; it's for everybody. So I'm very keen in that, and this is not a feminist film at all. And there's a lot of misconception, people believing that this is a feminist. This is not at all a feminist film. It's a completely different biology. I cannot talk for women, and I think I should not talk for women, and because it's women's freedom, and women will speak for it. It's not my job, I believe.
Right. Has it become necessary to put out the disclaimer?
I think that's very, very important, because that is not, as a filmmaker, that's not my intention at all. I don't want people to misconstrue something and believe, oh, this is a feminist film and he's making a film for women. Not at all. And I firmly believe that men cannot go and get into their shoes. Maybe I can just acknowledge and I can accept the fact that I'm privileged in the society, but I cannot be in something. Maybe I can empathize from that.
Right. If you want to box the film in a genre, what would it be?
It's a social drama.
Okay.
And if you want to be very precise about the genre, I would say it's an opera noir. Opera noir.
Okay.
But to make it very commercial and easy understandable, I think it's a social drama.
Right. And do you think, as someone who's studied filmmaking, do you think it is essential to be to have an education in filmmaking?
Definitely. It will help you a lot, and because it's very technical craft, and we are in 2025. If you say that it doesn't need to work, or it doesn't work that way. You assist somebody. I am a person, I studied film school and then I worked with a lot of filmmakers. Working with filmmaker will help you to understand the concept of trade. It will not help you to learn the craft. The craft comes only by education, I believe. And particularly for filmmaking, and it is very, very important. That's why a lot of people lack, I believe. And whenever you talk about films, the content of the film will be very strong. And you see the craft and the grammar might be lacking. That is because of the weakness in the craft, I believe. And that's very important. I always encourage even my ADs to at least go for a film appreciation and come and join us.
And there is another school of thought which haps onto the Quintin Tarantino quote that...
they're privileged to say that, I would say. For Quintin Tarantino, he's an American, he's privileged, and that whatever things you got in life is different. You cannot compare with somebody from India, and you can just by working you learn something. That's not work. People who always says that film school is not important. Of course, they might be very privileged to say that, and I'm not privileged for that. And only going for film school, I can learn what is how it is. That's a very easy space, what a 2-year course or 1-year course let you to learn what it is. And you get an idea of it. Even for journalists, there are a lot of journalists who don't go for a thing. That is always a different. Maybe somebody who's not from journalism background, they will have an experience for it.
True.
That's the thing.
As someone who has studied filmmaking and coming from FTII, does that give you a baggage or something, like when you approach producers? Okay, he might be coming up with a art kind of film.
I'll tell you this. I never told any of my producers that.
For the very reason.
For the very reason. The moment when you go tell somebody, they think that this I don't understand this conflict. This is art. Every cinema itself is not an art. I don't believe cinema is an art. It's just a form of art. And people think that the moment they say you're from film school, there's always some problem behind them that they'll not accept. They're just scared of it. So I've never told, even my producer doesn't know this. Now I can say it because I made the film. Just like that.
And as someone who has cracked in the industry, like most of them, when you say that, I want to become a filmmaker, they always feel that it's opaque place where it's hard to crack it. But you studied filmmaking and you took the very conventional route that's there. So what are your...
It is not hard at all, actually. It's just another work. It's like how you crack other job. It's you don't know, maybe people are just fabricating it and saying this is difficult, you have to spend a lot. Not really. There are a lot of examples for it. And lately we see Lokesh Kanagaraj, Karthik Subra. There's a lot of filmmakers who come. And you see a lot of filmmakers who've just been there for 10 years, 15 years, like Maris Harvaraj, and they make it. It's just different sides of the coin.
Okay. So you think that taking film as another professional approach, like taking...
It is a profession, actually. It's a lot of confusion with people. They think that is something very... they glorify it. Of course, it's a profession. There's a lot of investment into it. And cinema is business because it's art. That's it. So it's not something very unique. I don't like the way concept of glorifying cinema. It's a job. And that's how... If you say... When you say Quintin Tarantino, he sees that as a job. He doesn't glorify it.
Right. And what are your other projects, or do you have something in mind?
Yeah, I wanted to make a trilogy like what I've done. Like it's the same thing for some couple of time. I kind of getting trimmed into it.
Okay.
So I'm
I didn't get you.
the same woman-centric concept and
Okay.
the film, right?
Right.
Gentlewoman. I want to do similar kind of film for some time.
Okay.
And
Okay.
see how it goes. And I'm not just I'm completely open for it as of now. It's not that I
Right.
want to do this and that, but I'm open for everything.
But
I don't really
we're also fond of the idea of creating a universe of sorts.
No, I don't believe in that. I think it's just rubbish. I don't believe that.
Okay.
I am just telling a story. I think.
Right.
I believe it's very just to tell story. I'm here to tell story. That's it.
And what are your thoughts about the current trend of Tamil cinema where there is like too much of violence and the universes and all that?
No, I'm not very fond of it personally, and I don't understand that also. So maybe if I have to comment about it, I should have some knowledge to
Right.
say maybe it's the creator call, and violence is always there. Maybe the amount you show of violence is not what matters. I think so.
Right. And do you see the Tamil cinema space changing in terms of content, like different voices coming, or do you think that there is more to do?
It is from the beginning. Even from Balachandra 1971, you see the film called Arangetram. It's very interesting. Even if you make a story with the same thing, people might think, "Oh, how different, innovative." It's not that. It's always people are doing something.
Right. Right. And I'm looking forward to the film after talking to you.
Okay.
And all the best for the film. Thank you for talking to Scene and
Thank you.
Society.
Nice meeting you.